Yeah, because I decided to just get enough rest. I've had a very, very stressful week and I'm back again, guys. It's our daily morning show. Madrid are out of the Champions League, same as Sporting CP, Barcelona, and Liverpool. So we have PSG versus Bayern for the semi-finals, and also we have uh, Atletico Madrid against Arsenal. I don't think it's a game I'm really looking forward to, right? Because Arsenal games are usually very boring recently. Yeah, very, very boring. And the only game I'm really looking forward to in the semi-final is the game between PSG and Bayern. Yeah, that's going to be the match that everyone actually wants to watch. But the Arsenal one against Atletico, I think it's going to be a very boring semi-finals. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Potential sin says Real Madrid lose. Yeah, it was a very, very painful loss last night at the Allianz Arena. But I would say the team did fantastic. Their performance last night was top. Yeah, and I'm really, really happy with how the team performed against Bayern. At least they showed that spirit. Personally, I didn't expect Madrid to give that kind of fight in the game last night, but nah, they were really, really fantastic, and I'm happy with the team's performance. Anthony the Goat, welcome back, bro. Welcome back. And for those who are just joining, this is our daily morning show. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also, let us know where you are connecting from. Yeah, let us know in the chat, guys, where you're connecting from. I'm going to be doing a live watch along today. It's the first game I'll be doing for the Europa League. Yeah, I've not done a watch along for the Europa League this season, so the games tonight, I'm going to be doing a watch along for them. We have a couple of games that will be played tonight. Anthony the Ghost says, honestly, as a Barcelona fan and Arsenal hater, I want Arsenal to win the match against Atletico. At this point, the Arsenal Atletico game, like I said, I'm really not looking forward to it because Arteta recently, their game have been so boring. It's been so boring from Arsenal. If you watch the two legs at the Emirates and also in Portugal against Sporting, I would say this is the worst semi-final I've watched. The Arsenal game against Sporting, it's the worst I've watched. So I'm really, really not looking forward to Atletico game against Arsenal in the semi-finals because we all know the kind of football Diego Simeone plays. We all know the kind of football he plays and what Arsenal have been playing this season. It's really, really horrible to watch. But let's see what happens. Bilal says, good morning, Noble. Yeah, good morning to you too, Bilal. Hope you had a great night's rest. Welcome back. Andrew, hi man. Okay, hi says you are not Arsenal. Yeah, I'm not Arsenal. I'm a Man United fan and also a Real Madrid fan. I love watching good football. Yeah. And also games that you watch and you see lots of goals being scored there. Yeah, Arsenal in recent weeks have been very, very shocking. Yeah, previously they used to score with set piece and corner kicks, right? But even those set pieces and corner kicks, they find it very difficult to score from them now. So it's a big problem for Arsenal, and Arsenal is going to face Man City this weekend. Will they survive? I don't think Arsenal is going to survive City this weekend. Honestly, I don't think so. I'll give my predictions for all the games this weekend tomorrow, right? But that Arsenal game, I really do not see them surviving against City at the Etihad. I do not see them. Andrew Higham says, I mean, Arsenal, they bottle everything. Yeah, that's just it. And I don't know if it's a curse or what. Once it gets to April, Arsenal find it very difficult to win games. Very, very difficult. Now, I've not verified this, right? But someone made a comment a couple of days ago that win Arsenal got against Sporting in Portugal, that's like the first win for Arsenal in April for months. Like, sorry, for years. For about 3 or 4 years. And I'm like, wow, is this true? Or is this guy capping? Because if that is true, then it's a bad omen for Arsenal. Yeah, because they are playing City this weekend. They will also play. Which team is Arsenal playing next? Yeah, Arsenal is playing Newcastle. After the Man City game this weekend, next week Arsenal is playing Newcastle, and I think Newcastle is still going to get points off Arsenal, honestly. Banana Doggy says, "No, Man City on top." Yeah, Man City is definitely going to top Arsenal. Yeah, but they are 6 points behind Arsenal at the moment. They will play Arsenal at the Etihad on Sunday, which for me, I think City are definitely getting that win. Yeah, City are definitely getting it. Messi says, "Hi bro, just coming from training." Okay, that's good. That's good. I hope you had a good training. Anthony Digo says, "BGM is Messi fan. One thing with BGM, you really don't know where he stands." Yeah, he likes Messi, but he's not really raving about Messi. He's been raving about Lamine Yamal recently, and he's been a big Mbappe hater. He's a big Vini and Mbappe hater, and right now he's more of an Mbappe hater. Messi says, "I scored some bangers as always." Yeah, I told you to make some videos about those your trainings and the goals you score and post them on your channel. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, guys, like I said, I'm going to be doing a live watch along for the Europa League games. This will be my first coverage of the Europa League games this season. I've not done live watch along for the Europa League games since I started my channel. So tonight is going to be the first time. It's the quarterfinals, right? Yeah, it's the quarterfinals of the Europa League. So I'm definitely, like I said last month, that once we get into the deep stages of the tournament, then I'll definitely do live watch along for the Europa League. So it's the second leg of the quarterfinals. So yeah, for sure, I'm going to do the live watch along today. We have Aston Villa against Bologna, Nottingham Forest against Porto, Real Betis against Braga, and Celta Vigo against Freiburg. These are the 4 games we have for the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League. Then we have the Conference League, AZ Alkmaar against Shakhtar Donetsk. We have AEK Athens against Rayo Vallecano, Fiorentina against Crystal Palace, Strasbourg against Mainz. Now, I think the English teams are going to qualify. I reckon that Crystal Palace is going to qualify ahead of Fiorentina because they are 3-0 up in terms of aggregate. So, Palace are going to Italy to play against Fiorentina. I think they can get a 1-0 lead. Yeah, I think Palace will win that game 1-0. Then for Nottingham Forest and Porto, I think Forest will win that game 2-1. Aston Villa will win 2-1 as well against Bologna. So guys, let me know in the chat what are your predictions for the Europa League games and the Conference League games. Anthony the Ghost says, "Yabada boo." What are you singing a song in the chat, bro? Luffy Gamer says, "Paris will get revenge." You mean for Madrid? The game now, I don't think Bayern did anything bad. It's just the referee. I already made my thoughts known in the video I posted last night after the game. That red card, for me, it wasn't a red card. Yes, you can say, why would Kamavinga hold on to the ball? He held on to the ball, yes, but it's not like he threw the ball away. Yeah, it was very, very wrong of the referee to give a red card for that alone. If it was the tackle, I can say, okay, yeah, you gave him a second yellow card for the tackle on the Bayern player, but come on. That sometimes referees should use their discretions and their senses to discern what is the right decision at this particular point in time. Yeah, was this really, really necessary? And the answer is no, it wasn't necessary. That wasn't a red card. Sometimes these referees, I don't know if they are not taught this in their trainings. Yeah, I don't know if they are not taught this, because there are times you have to read the room, read the game, know what decision you are taking that will mess up the whole game, and decision you are taking that would uphold the game you actually officiated. But that decision alone just made the game crumble for Madrid. You gave a red card in the 83rd minute, I think. Yeah, because it was 3 minutes later that Luis Diaz scored that goal, that equalizer for Bayern. Yeah, I think the red card was 83. The goal from Diaz was 86, and Olise's late goal was 94 minutes. That was like the last kick of the game. Bastian Marin says, hello, I'm in school. Alright, Bastian Marin. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you have a great day at school, bro. Luffy Gamer, welcome back. Luffy Gamer says, Harry Kane always dive. There wasn't a penalty yesterday, so I'm not going to talk about the penalty. But I think the decision that I personally did not agree with was the decision to send Kamavinga off. I think that was a wrong call from the referee. But it is what it is. We can't actually get that back, so we just have to move on. Silk Nancy Bezdo says Bayern 4-3. Yeah, it was a 4-3 win for Bayern. But I will say that game yesterday is one of the most interesting Champions League games I've watched in a very, very long time. This season, it's the best football game for me. Yeah, that game, like for the Champions League, it's the best game I've watched in the Champions League, because both teams were just all out. You score, I score. You score, I score. Like, it was just real men fighting. And I enjoyed every bit of the match last night. Not like the Arsenal game. That Arsenal game was very boring. If that was the only game I watched last night, probably I would have slept off while watching the Arsenal game. But the Madrid game against Bayern at Allianz Arena, both legs, by the way, kept me fully awake, enjoying the game. That's why we love football, right? But the Arsenal game was just so boring. First leg was 1-0 win for Arsenal. The goal came in the 91st minute. And for the second leg at the Emirates, Arsenal couldn't score one goal. Honestly, Arsenal fans should be worried. Yeah, they should be worried because their team is not performing well now. Luffy Gamer says the referee in Real and Bayern don't know how to be a referee. Yeah, that was very, very terrible from the referee. Luffy Gamer says Paris will win the Champions League. I honestly have Bayern as my favorite, right? But their game against PSG is going to be also another interesting game of football that I would really, really love to watch. So let's see what the outcome will be. But I think I will still go with Bayern. Yeah, I will still go with Bayern as the favorites to win the Champions League. Ronaldo the GOAT says, who do you think will win the Ballon d'Or? Man, Harry Kane has a very, very strong chance. Yeah, because right now that game yesterday made it 50 goals in all competitions for Harry Kane, and Kylian Mbappe made his 40 goals yesterday. After that goal he scored for Madrid yesterday, he made it 40 goals in all competitions. So Harry Kane has 10 more goals than Kylian Mbappe in all competitions in club football this season. So those guys are putting up crazy numbers right now. They are putting serious wicked numbers. Nancy Bezdo says we are the Champions League winner. Which team do you support, Nancy? Mega Jordan says, nice shirt. Lunin lost us the match. Yeah, Lunin did pretty decent, but I think that first goal, the corner kick, was Lunin's fault, right? And the second goal from I think it was Kane. Yeah, Kane scored the second goal, so I can't really say that second goal was Lunin's fault. That was pretty much a defensive blunder. The likes of Rudiger and Militao, they didn't do their job properly. So for that second goal that Harry Kane scored, I definitely am not going to blame. I'm not going to blame the goalkeeper for that. That was definitely a defensive blunder. Then for the for the Luis Diaz goal and Michael Olise, I don't think I will also blame the goalkeeper for that. It was just sheer brilliance. Those goals were fantastic. There was nothing the goalkeeper could do there. Yeah, because okay, I think the Luis Diaz goal was a deflection on Militao. So there is nothing Lunin would have done differently there. Yeah, I think maybe for that third goal and the fourth goal, especially the third goal, that deflection, if it was Courtois, it's very much possible he would have had a touch on that ball, because Courtois is actually taller than Lunin and can actually dive better. Yeah, but I really cannot blame Lunin for that second and third goal. The fourth goal from Olise, I will still say it was the defenders. Why would you guys allow him that space to shoot? You already know his main quality, his strength. That is Olise's best quality. Cutting from the right flank and shooting. He's been trying it all game and there was no chance for it. And you guys allowed it in the last minute of the game. That was really, really terrible, honestly. Anthony says, sorry Noble, I got to go. See you later, maybe peace. Alright, brother, do have an amazing day. Thank you very much. Messi says, stop saying excuses. Real Madrid deserve loss. Come on, bro. You were the person shouting about Barcelona being treated unfairly by the referees on Tuesday. Now you are saying a different thing about the Madrid game. Esbila says it's either Bayern or PSG to win the UCL, but I really want Atletico Madrid to win for the sake of Antoine Griezmann. Yeah, and I think that is one thing that might be a driving force for Atletico de Madrid this season. It's Griezmann's last season, right? And it's been decided he's going to leave Atletico for the United States at the end of the season. Now, Griezmann is the highest goal scorer in Atletico's history. He's a legend there, and the players are going to fight really hard to see if they can get over the line to winning the Champions League. And it's going to be their second or third final in the last 10 years? Yeah. I think it should be their third final because they played twice. Yeah, they played twice against Madrid in the final and they lost. So it's a tough one for them. But I think they can actually do it. Esbila says, corruption referees be making this sport terrible. Yeah, referees recently have been making very, very terrible decisions. Very terrible decisions. But honestly, it's not good for the game of football. Yeah, it's not good for the game of football, sincerely. Muhammad Shai says, Kamavinga. Yeah, I think I've seen a couple of people blame Kamavinga that he's not supposed to do this, he's not supposed to have done that. Why did you come in the second half and you get 2 yellow cards and all that? But honestly, the first yellow card he got, I think was the right one, because if he didn't bring Musiala down at that point, Musiala would have gone to either score or create a chance for Bayern to score a goal at that point. So I wouldn't blame him for the first yellow card, right? The second yellow card, I have a different opinion because I really feel that the referee was wrong in that decision to send him off. If you had sent him off because of the tackle, then I will understand that once you're already on a yellow card, you should be careful in the kind of tackle you go into, right? But that wasn't the case. The referee gave him the second yellow card and a red card because he held on to the ball and you gave him a second yellow card. But now, for me, sometimes referees just need to use their their senses to discern what decisions should be taken, honestly. Mexian VR says Real Madrid better. Yeah, Madrid play. I will see last night. I honestly am very, very much happy with Madrid's performance. Sincerely, like the team played really well. I didn't expect them to put up that kind of fight at the Allianz Arena. They even performed better than they did at the Bernabeu last week. So I'm very much happy with the players. That's why I don't really want to go start blaming the players. Oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Yes, I know the defense should have done better, right? But the team spirit, that is one thing I always love to see in football teams, especially teams that I support. Just fight really hard, do your thing. Just fight really hard, and I'm really happy with the team, honestly. I'm really happy with them. Mohammad Shahi says, and that was not a red card for Kamavinga. I said this, I was fuming last night when I watched that game, honestly. I was fuming because my point was, why would you give that as a red card in a quarter-final of the Champions League? It's not like he went for elbow. It's not like he was very violent or whatever. He held on to the ball, yes, and he didn't kick the ball away. So why give him a red card? Honestly, sometimes referees just mess up the game, honestly. Fala says Real Madrid is win. Nah, Madrid have been knocked out, bro. They were knocked out by Bayern last night. Sibao says Arsenal is cooked now, Nobu. Sibao, I really feel for you guys, honestly. I really feel for Arsenal because the kind of football you guys are playing recently, it's been shocking. It's been shocking, honestly. And Arsenal fans need to be worried at this point. Honestly, Arsenal fans need to be worried because it's not even about the goals, right? The performances have been very, very bad. You guys find it very difficult to score goals. Now, in the last 5 games, Arsenal played Manchester City and lost 2-0. They played Southampton and lost 2-1. Which other team did Arsenal play? Arsenal played Sporting CP and won 1-0. I think there's a loss I skipped for the Arsenal game. Which game again? Yeah, yesterday they played 0-0. Arsenal's performances in the last 5 games have been very bad. So the fans need to be really, really worried because you really cannot talk about winning the league, and when it matters, you are just dropping points and performances. Messi says, rest in peace, Baniko Strava, 1922 to 2026. Slade says, imagine staying up till 3 a.m. to see your team failed remontada. Now, I wasn't disappointed with last night. Yes, the results, I didn't like it, but my time wasn't wasted because I enjoyed every minute of that game. Every minute of that game I enjoyed it last night. So I wouldn't say my time was wasted because I stayed up late at night to watch Madrid game because yeah, personally like I said, I enjoyed every bit of that game. It was a pure cinema from the beginning of the game till the end of the game. Yeah, it was really, really great to watch. Sibal says Sporting. Yeah, Arsenal, I don't know what is wrong with Arsenal. Now, Sibal, do you think Arsenal can get a point or win that game against Manchester City in the weekend? Sibal, Arsenal man, sincerely tell me, do you think Arsenal can actually win that game or get a point against Manchester City at the Etihad? Let me know what you think. Because personally, I do not think that's going to happen for Arsenal. I do not think so. Yeah, I do not think Arsenal is going to get a point against City at the Etihad. Now, if you win it, then you can comfortably say you are going to win the Premier League. But not with this kind of performance you are putting up recently. Messi says, please do watch along with your wife. What if Arsenal make it to the UCL final? Ah, okay. I think maybe, yeah. If Arsenal can get to the final of the Champions League, yeah, then definitely I will get my wife to join me for the watch along. But I don't think it's going to happen because Arsenal getting into the Champions League final. It will be the first time in 20 years they are getting to the Champions League final. The last time they went to the final was in 2006. They played Barcelona. So let's see what happens. Esbila says it was peak UCL match, great match, but still Hala Madrid. Yeah, the game was, like I said, it was pure cinema. From minute 1 till the end of the game, both teams were just fighting all out for the game. Minute 1 was when Aragules scored that beautiful goal, and later Bayern equalized. I think in the 6th minute through a Pavlovic's header. I think that was the only goal I definitely would blame Lunin because he should have done better there. Yeah, I actually expected better from Lunin. That goal was very, very cheap. Falal says PSG will win. Yeah, that game is still very much open, but honestly, at this point, yeah, I think I'll still stick with Bayern, right? I'll still stick with Bayern Munich because they are the favorites for me. Slate says, I hope Bayern will win. Kane deserves a UCL. Yeah, Kane's career has taken a turn, right? Because all the years he was at Tottenham, no trophy, nothing. He's already won a trophy with Bayern last season. Was it? I think he won 2 trophies or 1 actually. And I'm really, really happy for Harry Kane. Yeah, his quality, he actually deserves lots of trophies. He was at Spurs for almost 10 years and no trophy to show for it. Yeah, but he left the Premier League and went to Germany and he's won trophies. Very much likely to win more this season. So I'm happy for him. Right now, Harry Kane is the best player in the world. He's got 50 goals this season. And the way it's looking, he might still score 10 more goals to get to 60. And I think these are the sort of numbers that Ronaldo and Messi were hitting in their prime. About 15 years ago, 14 years ago, 17 years ago. These are the type of numbers Ronaldo and Messi were hitting. 60 goals a season, 65 goals a season, 63 goals, 55 goals a season. This is the type of numbers they were putting. Slate says, Harry Kane is a top striker. I would love him at Madrid. Yeah, Man United also, I think it was the board. Ten Hag wanted Harry Kane, but they opted for Rasmus Højlund, which we know how that ended. And if Madrid had someone like Harry Kane, you have Mbappe one side, Vini one side, it's going to be really, really explosive because Harry Kane loves to drop deep in the midfield and gives other attacking players the option to go ahead. And he still scores great goals from that deep position. Sometimes he goes forward as well. So it's really, really nice. And the combination of Kane and Olise, I think that's the best duo this season. Esbila says, my prediction, Bayern vs Atletico UCL final. Bayern Atletico UCL final. Well, it's very much possible because with the way Arsenal is playing, I really don't see that hunger from Arsenal anymore. Earlier on in the season, Arsenal were tenacious. They were, giving their all in terms of performances. Yeah, even though they score set pieces and corner kicks, but they performed very well. But recently, Arsenal has not been doing that. They've not been doing that, and it's a big problem for them. Yeah. Queen van der Hayden says, speaking of Bayern, what a jam. Yeah, what a jam yesterday versus Madrid. Yeah, the game was fantastic. Honestly, I enjoyed every bit of that game, every part of it. Falal says, why Bayern win? Now, any of the teams can win between PSG and Bayern, right? But I went earlier on for Bayern to win the Champions League because they are my favorite. Yeah, and I know definitely it's between PSG and Bayern that's going to win this Champions League. So I'm still going to stick to it. Yeah, I'm still going to stick to my prediction of Bayern being the Champions League winners. Messi says, which matches you streaming today? I think Crystal Palace, Fiorentina, Porto, Nottingham should be good. Definitely I'll be doing the Porto game against Nottingham Forest, and also Crystal Palace against Fiorentina, and maybe the Aston Villa Bologna game. Yeah, but those are the three games I'll be looking at. If I don't watch all three at the same time, I'll just watch two games and I'll be following the scoreline of the third game. HT Legend says, what's up, my G? Barca out of the UCL. Arsenal. Yeah, Barcelona is out. Madrid is out. So it's only remaining one Spanish, one English, one German, and one French. So it's just spread across. England one, Spain one, Germany one, Italy one. Sorry, I said Italy. France one. So there's no Italian team this time around in the semi-finals. Inter Milan won against Barcelona last season in the semi-finals, and this season there's no Italian team. It's only Inter Milan that has been doing well in recent history for Italian clubs. They've been doing really well. They played the final against Man City. Was it 2022 or 23 that City won that final against Inter, and Inter went to the final last season. They were disgraced by PSG 5-0. So Italy has not been doing well recently. HT Legend says Arsenal is gonna win. You mean their game against Atletico? I really am not very confident with Arsenal winning Atletico, because Atletico Madrid is definitely showing more seriousness and the hunger to win more than Arsenal is. Honestly, Arsenal's performances recently have been very, very bad. Messi says, Ria, that's very disrespectful question. Yeah, I just wanted to ignore him. That's a very stupid question to ask me. The first thing he's asking me on my channel, and he's asking me silly question. HT Legend says, I think it's gonna be Arsenal vs Bayern in the final. Whoa. Arsenal Bayern in the final. I think it's going to be really interesting, right? It's going to be really interesting having to see Arsenal and Bayern. I definitely will go with a Bayern win, right? But I really doubt if Arsenal is going to survive Atletico. And also for the Bayern PSG game, at this point, it's more or less a 50-50 for the semi-final between PSG Bayern. Yeah, I'm looking at the Bayern win, right? But I think it's pretty much a 50-50. Any team can win it. Falah says, for me, PSG will win. Yeah, PSG can definitely win, of course. They can definitely win, and also can Bayern. So it's not like you will say, this team is going to dismantle the other when it comes to Bayern PSG game. I think the Bayern PSG game is going to be tough, honestly. But let's see what happens. Let's see what Dictator Mbappe says, what happened to the Arsenal haters who said Arsenal lose against Sporting? Bro, you should be worried about your team. Toxic edit. You should be worried about your team because your team is not performing well recently, and that is not good for you guys. It's really not good for you guys. Soviet Union says Juventus best. Okay, we have a Juve fan in the chat. Kila Sagala says reassembled. What are you reassembling, bro? Your dictator Mbappe says at least my team is playing in Champions League. Yeah, I know Arsenal is playing in the Champions League, but the reason I said Arsenal fans should be worried is because Arsenal performances in the last 4-5 games have been really bad. The Man City game, the Southampton game, the Sporting games, both legs were very bad, and also the Bournemouth game. These last 5 games for Arsenal have been really, really bad. So Arsenal fans should be worried. And that game against Man City on Sunday, I think Man City is going to batter Arsenal really, really bad. Arsenal will not survive it. Honestly, Arsenal is not going to survive that game on Sunday. And whoever wins that game is definitely going to win the Premier League. Soviet Union says, wait, I have a Liverpool FC fan also. You support Liverpool, or which team exactly do you support? Soviet Union says, hey, are you Bengali? Nah, do I look like an Indian? I'm not from India, bro. I'm Nigerian. Are you from Bengal? West Bengal. Messi says, Arsenal should be only worried what if Atletico pay the referees. Come on, bro. It's just the officials that are terrible. The officials are just terrible. Bilal says they will lose to City, that's sure. Yeah, at this point, I definitely think that Arsenal is going to lose that game on Sunday. Because there is nothing convincing from Arsenal showing me that these guys really need this trophy. There is nothing I can see from Arsenal right now. Nothing. Your dictator Mbappe says no Barca fan wants Atletico to win against Arsenal. It's not about Barcelona fans wanting Atletico to win. It's about the best team getting into the finals, right? Because for me, with that performance from Arsenal yesterday and last week, it's really, really sad for semi-final football to have Arsenal play that bad and also be in the semi-final. Arsenal is very, very lucky. They are very, very lucky. And a slot badhead says, hi Nigerian friend, my Egyptian friend, welcome back to the channel. Soviet Union says I support Juventus. Alright, the Juve fan, welcome back, welcome to the channel, sorry. And those who are just joining, let us know where you're connecting from, and also do not forget to like and subscribe to Noble's View. Soviet Union says, looks like you're a Real Madrid fan. Yeah, I'm a Real Madrid fan and also a Manchester United fan. Subrab says, Bayern are going to win the UCL, especially after the match against Real Madrid. Yeah, Bayern fought really hard. When they go behind, they still come back. They still fight to come back into the game. And they were really, really good last night, honestly. That's why I said that game yesterday is the best Champions League game I've watched this season. Yeah, and also in a very long time. It's been years I last watched Champions League games that are really, really exciting like this, honestly. It's been a long time. Bilal says, hi Mariam. Messi says, Atletico Madrid paying referees every second, every minute, every hour. Come on, bro. Subrab says, who is ready for Haram Ball Derby? Yeah, it's going to be a Haram Ball Derby between Arsenal and Atletico. Except Arteta chooses to play something different, which at this point, I don't even know what else to expect from Arteta anymore. And a slot says, hi Bilal, how are you? Your dictator Mbappe says, after yesterday's game, I don't have the feeling that Bayern can defeat PSG. Bro, they can defeat PSG, definitely. and also the PSG can also defeat Bayern. But I think it just depends on who scores more than the other. That's what that game is going to be like. Yeah. And I've said this, I would definitely love to see a Michael Olise versus Nuno Mendes. But Mendes was injured on Tuesday. I don't know how serious that injury is. And he also looked a bit off in that game because I have a very strong feeling he's nursing an injury because he wasn't the usual Nuno Mendes. But I would definitely love to see a 100% fully fit Mendes against Michael Olise. That's going to give us a very, very interesting semi-final, honestly. Bilal says it's the ultimate haram ball game of the season, Arsenal vs Atletico. I think the first leg, the first game that Arsenal played against Atletico this season was a 4-0 victory for Arsenal during the group phase. Now, the reason that the game became easier for Arsenal was, I think Arsenal scored the first goal through a corner kick, right? And that opened up the game for them. Before that corner kick, the game was pretty much 50-50. But once they scored that corner kick against Atletico, they opened them. And they were able to score 3 more goals against Atletico. So I think the semi-final is not going to be the same as the league game they played, the league phase game they played, because Simeone is going to know, okay, this guy's main threat is the corner kick and set piece. So he's going to try as much as he can to stop Arsenal from those set pieces. And recently, Arsenal find it very difficult to score from set pieces. They find it really, really difficult. So let's see what happens between Arsenal and Atletico in the semi-finals. But I'm not looking forward to that game. As a neutral fan, I'm just looking forward to the Bayern PSG game. Honestly, because I really don't see anything. I don't feel there is going to be anything exciting. Your dictator Mbappe says Madrid lost when Kama got a red card. Yeah, that red card in the 83rd minute just spoiled the whole game. Sincerely, it spoiled the whole game. But it sometimes in football, referees' decisions mess up the game for teams. As a referee, you should use your senses. You should use your common sense to know the decision you are taking at this point in this game. This is a semi-final second leg. Both teams are actually was it 4-4 on aggregate? Yeah, both teams were 4-4 on aggregate, and you just went to give a red card. That for me, lots of referees won't give it that second yellow card. Lots of referees won't do that. But the referee did anyways, and that was the end of it. Bilal says, but I think the final will be PSG Atletico. Well, I will still go with Bayern as my favorite to win the Champions League this season. I think it's between PSG and Bayern. Yeah, anyone who wins between PSG and Bayern is definitely going to win the Champions League. Yeah, but I'm definitely looking towards PSG because Olise and Kane are having a fantastic season. So I really want them to win the Champions League, honestly. Your dictator Mbappe says, Bilal, you look like an Arsenal hater. Bro, Arsenal has 90% of haters on the internet, and it's because of you guys. Arsenal fans say terrible things on the internet that are very, very laughable. Kiana says, don't blame Camavinga, blame Real Madrid. Why didn't he bribe the referee as usual? Who is this Kiana? I don't know if he's a lady or a guy. Who is this Kiana in the chat? Saying that you shouldn't blame Camavinga, you should blame Madrid for not bribing the referee as usual. I guess that comment comes from a Barcelona fan because it's only a Barcelona fan that would say such thing. It's only a Barcelona fan that would say that. Barcelona were crying after that Tuesday game. They were knocked out of the Champions League by Atletico. They were just crying. But I think it's just only one decision in that game that I didn't actually agree with. The offside for me, Ferran Torres was definitely an offside, but that red card to Eric Garcia, I think that contact was very, very minimal. So I honestly think that a different referee wouldn't give that as a red card. Dew says, yo, Noble, long time no see. Yes, my brother, it's been a very long time. It's been a very, very long time. Tyler says, yo, remember me, man? Yeah, Tyler, it's been a long time as well. Nice to have you back. Subrap says, Olise is going to miss the World Cup because of dictator Mbappe. Come on, bro. Funky Sam says, I think Kamavinga's red card was fair because it was 2 yellow card. There was no need for Kamavinga to become physical. Now, the referee didn't give the second yellow card because of the tackle, right? He gave the second yellow card because Kamavinga fouled the guy. The referee didn't bring out the yellow card. Now, when Kamavinga was running past by the side and he was with the ball, the referee now turned back and brought out a yellow card and gave it to him. So, I think his reason was, why are you holding on to the ball? And for me, if it was because of the tackle, I can understand it. But because of he held on to the ball, it's not like he kicked the ball away. He held on to it and you're giving him a second yellow card in that kind of game. Come on. I think UEFA and the referee association should teach these referees better. Yeah, because this stuff is really bad for the game. Honestly. Messi says, I'll stop being Arsenal hater. What if they win the UCL? Nah, I don't see Arsenal winning the UEFA Champions League. I don't. Tyler says, insane match. Yeah, the game was insane, honestly. It was, but I enjoyed every part of that game. Honestly. Kylian M. Dictator says, my honest take is Arsenal is going to win the UCL. My opinion. Your opinion that Arsenal is winning the UCL? Nah. I think Atletico stand a very strong chance of winning it than Arsenal. Honestly. Arsenal no longer have that hunger and zeal to play football games now. Just check out their last 5 games. The Man City one, the Southampton one, the Bournemouth one, then Sporting home and away. That hunger is no longer there. The fight, the zeal to win football games is no longer there. So it's a difficult one for Arsenal fans at the moment. Yeah, and I don't know why it always happens to them every April and May. They always fumble. They down tools when it all matters. Subraf says Arsenal are going to bottle EPL and UCL too. Yeah, they were shouting sextuple and quadruple a couple of weeks ago. But right now, they were going for a double. The double might end up to be 0 trophy at the end of the season. For me, the Premier League, Arsenal is no longer winning it. Yeah, the only way Arsenal wins the Premier League is if they can defeat City at the Emirates. If they lose that game to City, then it's all over for them. Bilal says, yeah, I remember one time in Instagram, one Arsenal fan starts hating on me just because I said Man City will win against Arsenal in that final game. And they did so, he starts hating on me. Bilal says, like, I was the reason they lose. Your dictator Mbappe says, Subrab, keep your bottle. And a slot Baldhead says, yo, stop spamming. Who is spamming the chat? Finley says 6-4. Finley, you can just type it once. No need to spam that message. Tyler says cry 3-2. Let's see. Yeah, who is that person spamming? Finley, don't spam the chat anymore, please, because you're going to make it very difficult for me to read out people's chats. Yeah, you're going to make it very, very difficult. So please don't spam the chat. You can just type your message once, and if I get to where your message is, I definitely will read it. Messi says, Tyler, the small Atletico Madrid beats you 5-2. Which team does Tyler support? Tesos Sulis. Nice to have you back, brother. Welcome back, Tesos Sulis. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Everywhere the papers, do you hear what they say? Rising unemployment, cost of living every day is getting high. Messi says Tyler is a fan of smaller side of Madrid. Which one is? Are you calling Real Madrid the smaller side of Madrid? This guy, you're very funny. It's only Man United that you can actually measure in the same stature as Real Madrid. Every other club is just beneath both teams. Subrab says, by the way, Arsenal did not win against Man City in Etihad since 2015. 2015. Wow, that's a long time. That is a long time. Like I said, City is winning that game. Yeah, and I think I predicted a 3-1 win for City against Arsenal last weekend, right? And I still stand by that prediction. I think City is going to beat Arsenal. I don't see that hunger and zeal from the Arsenal team and their coach Mikel Arteta that actually shows they want to win the Premier League. Yeah, they can't win it. Fala says PSG will win. Okay. Finley says and Bayern Munich. Tyler says Messi laugh, it's all Vas Baka. Double X Asana says, Holy Lord, who is this beautiful man? Who is this guy? Bilal says, bro, Nobu, do you think black strips on the jersey of Madrid is the reason for those two bad seasons? Every time they wear a jersey with black strips, they go trophyless. Nah, I think that's just superstition, but it doesn't have any impact. Yeah, I don't think it has any impact. And a slot badhead says, Fala joined Hilbert's list. Yeah, of giving opposite predictions, right? Tyler says, can't win vs Atletico Madrid and saying like 5-2. What an idiot. That game is not going to be easy for Arsenal. Personally, I will go with an Atletico win ahead of Arsenal. Yes, I know Arsenal fans will say, yeah, guys, we won them 4-0 in the league phase. Why do you think we can't win them in the semi-finals and all that? But that was the league phase. This is different. The stakes now are higher because you just have one leg away from the final. And Arsenal's performances recently have been very, very bad. So it's really different, I would say. Yeah, it's really, really different. I will also go through a couple of news. And we have what the Madrid boss said after that game. Yeah, after the loss. Abelwa says on his future, he said, my future, I'm not worried. I will accept whatever the club decides. I'm hurt, but not for me. I'm sad for the players, the club. I think I've done everything I could help the team win games. Yeah, I think Abelwa is going to leave at the end of the season. I think Madrid needs a top manager. Yeah, Abelwa for me is still an amateur. So Madrid needs the best. Yeah, the best always need to get the best managers. Josip Stanisic says, Rudiger insulted me and in my opinion, it's completely unacceptable. Only one word was spoken twice. You can ask him yourself. Maybe he's man enough to admit it. Told Kika. I have no idea what that word was. Yeah, and it seems that doesn't look good. But let's see if the exact word that Rudiger told Josip Stanisic later comes out, because at this point I really cannot wrap my head around the exact word he said to him. Mikel Arteta said, "What I loved is the ownership the players took after the defeat against Bournemouth. When they sat down together, they analyzed it and said things face to face. They act on it. We need to put these words into actions." Yeah, it's not about talking. They need to put it into actions. Alvaro Arbeloa, there's a picture that came out. Alvaro Arbeloa looking so down on the Madrid boss leaving Munich. Yeah. It could be his last moment as a Madrid manager in the Champions League. Because I think next season, Madrid needs to get a new manager. Yeah. Madrid needs a new manager next season. Messi says, "This is past, homie. I can name a lot of big losses of Madrid." Bilal says, "Madrid will do some huge changes in the team in the next season." Yeah, I think Madrid needs about 8 to 9 players, honestly. If possible, 10. Because the whole team needs revamping. The whole team. The defense, Carvajal needs to leave. Ferland Mendy needs to leave. Ceballos, I think he needs to leave as well. Who else? I'm trying to look at a couple of names. Militao, yeah, Eder Militao needs to leave. David Alaba needs to leave. I'm trying to think of more names. I've named 5 players now. I'm looking at maybe 6 more. I'm looking at 4 more players or 3 more players to have it about 8 or 9 players. So I think Madrid needs serious rebuild next season, because lots of these guys, they are not supposed to be here. And some players need to go on loan at Madrid, away from Madrid. They need to go on loan. I think Madrid also need to sell Rodrigo. Rodrigo needs to leave. Yeah, Rodrigo needs to leave. Brahim Diaz. I would say Brahim Diaz also needs to leave. Yeah, because it's unacceptable. Also Garcia. I think, is it Ferran Garcia? I think also Ferran Garcia needs to leave. Madrid should sign a different left back, so that you have Alvaro Carreras with another left back that will be fighting for that position. Then you sign a right back that will be playing with Arnold. Yeah. Carvajal is old and he's lost it. So Madrid needs very, very good quality next season. Casey says, "Bayern kicked your bloody ass." I think it was the referee's decision that helped you guys, but it is what it is. That's football. Yeah, it's football, but yeah, sometimes referees just single-handedly mess up games, and it's not good for the game, honestly. Falal says, "Bilal, PSG will win." Messi says, "Enjoy championship with Tottenham and Wolves, bro." Guys, let's get the likes up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's get the likes up. Subrap says they play in EPL League 2. Which team is that? Have you read the papers? Do you see what they say? Casey says, "Get that shirt off." Is it because you guys were aided by the referee last night? Yeah, the game was fantastic, but you were aided by the referee last night, so you should just chill out, man. Chill out. Tyler says, "Yeah, bro, but can't stop playing." Subrap says, "I mean referee." No, don't worry. You shouldn't. You should have just allowed her to. Yeah, I know she's bantering Madrid, right? Because the Madrid were knocked out by her team Bayern last night. But yeah, the referee. I wasn't happy with the referee. But sometimes in this type of games, you really can't do anything. You just have to accept your fate and move on. Yeah, accept your fate and move on. It's crazy. Let's see. Tyler says, Subrap, shut up your mouth. I'm not arguing with you. Zero knowledge. What is going on in the chat? Subrap says, so shut up, Tyler. Zero ball knowledge. Who then has the ball knowledge? Since you guys are saying zero ball knowledge, who has the ball? Who has the ball knowledge? Now, something most people need to understand is this: when you have a divergent view or opinion from someone, that when it comes to football, it doesn't mean that that person has zero ball knowledge. I hear lots of people say this, and it's very, very laughable because the fact that my opinion is different from yours doesn't mean you have a better ball knowledge than I do. It's not the case. But some people do think like that, and I think that's a very, very wrong way of thinking. Yeah, football is a sport that has to do with different opinions, right? I will have a different opinion about a particular incident. Another person will have a different opinion as well. So we really do not need to see the other person that thinks differently or says something differently as someone that has zero ball knowledge. Yes, there are some crazy takes a person might have in football that will be like, come on, what is this guy or this girl talking about? I can understand that in that particular context, right? But generally, I'm just speaking. When a person have a different opinion from you, don't see it like, oh, this guy or this girl has zero ball knowledge. Now, football is an opinion sport. Yeah, people. That's why we have pundits and fans now reacting differently to games. People will give you their different opinions or their side or the way they view it, their perception. That's the beauty of the game as well. Sobra says, and by the way, Finley do even Bristol Rovers won against Bristol City. Which team does Finley support? I thought he's a Bayern fan. Mariam, what? Messi says, next time I do pin for the spamming people. Yeah, I don't know why the new guys have just been spamming the chat. Yeah, it's crazy, honestly. Tyler says both Barca and Real Madrid lost. Yeah, it's only Atletico that is still left from Spain. Arsenal is the only team left in the Premier League, and in France we have just Paris Saint-Germain. Germany we have Bayern. So it's just one from Germany, France, England, and Spain. Tyler says, yeah, this Messi dude not stopping it. And a slot says someone went to sleep and found that they had missed their dream. That's a funny joke, Mariam. Who is that person? Messi says, I'm cooking you in a debate. Fala says PSG will win, yes or no? Nah. I'm going for a Bayern win, honestly, Falal. And I know it's very much possible that PSG can win, right? But I will definitely go for a Bayern win. Because like I said, they are my favorite team to win the Champions League this season. So I'm sticking to that. I think they can actually win the game. But let's see what happens. And I will say this for that Bayern game against PSG. Let the best team win. Which is what I always say. Let the best team in every of these games win. But there is a team I'm actually looking forward to winning the games. But yeah, regardless, I would be happy to see the best team win. Like the PSG Bayern game, I think is going to be massive in football to have these two teams that are great to play football. And a slot says, I'm that person. I went to bed late and realized I missed my dream. Did you miss your class today? Or you don't have classes today? Messi says, Real Madrid gets cooked vs Barca 100%, no referee help. Tyler says, Sob Rabne, he's not stopping. Waz says, bro, Real Madrid lost again. Yeah, it was... I would say I'm proud of the team, honestly. I'm proud of the Madrid boys. They fought really hard. They gave their all, and you really cannot fault them. Yeah, you really cannot fault them, honestly. You really can't fault the guys. They fought really hard for the game. Yeah, but it was just so unfortunate that they couldn't get the win that was needed. Yeah, they just couldn't get over the line. But I was very, very impressed with the team's performance last night, honestly. Nello Giordano says hello. Nello, welcome to the channel. Where are you connecting from, Nello Giordano? Tyler says, at Messi, did your team is the best club, and yap. Bilal says, Nobu, she means that she slept and find that Madrid was out in the morning. Okay, I see. Anislaw says, why don't you have a sense of humor, Nobu? I knew it was a joke you were saying, right? Messi says, best club in small Madrid. This BGMI boy. BGMI, when next is Banico Strava playing? When next are they playing? Wayne Ferrer says, good morning, what a night of football. Yeah, bro, that game yesterday was the best Champions League game this season. And I think it's been a very long time I actually watched a Champions League game like this and enjoyed it. Honestly, it was fantastic. And I believe every football fan all around the globe definitely enjoyed that game. These are the type of games we love to watch. Yeah, not that boring game from Arsenal last night, honestly. Yeah, it's really, really interesting, and I will want to see that kind of performance for the Bayern PSG game. Honestly, I want to see that kind of performance from them. But I think it's going to be also interesting. Tyler says, Messi, you can say anything, but I say Real Madrid is the best club in the world and Messi is the best player. It's over. Stop. Falah says, Noble, I am top 1 or 8. Falal, I already told you, you really do not need to worry about the number you currently are on the channel, but for sure, you have to be in the top 5. Yeah, you have to be in the top 5. That's for sure. So, it's something you don't need to worry your head about, right? And a slot says, I'm supporting myself. I'm the biggest club in the universe. LFC Goat says, come on, Bayern. Oh, I see. Liverpool fans are supporting Bayern. Liverpool fans that were embarrassed by PSG not even allowing them to score 1 goal in both legs are supporting Bayern right now. I see. AM9 says, bro, Kamavinga red card, everything was ruined. Yeah, that red card actually ruined everything for Madrid, and I'm honestly not happy with the referee's decision. But yeah, it is what it is. What can we do? It's just one thing about football recently that's really annoying. Referees have not changed. They always make one decision that will just mess everything up for teams, and that's not good. Honestly, it's not good. If you lose a fight fairly, then you move on, right? But that from the referee was really wrong, honestly. Bilan says, okay, I'll have a contract for 10 years. Tyler says, Messi, but guess who have more La Liga? Yeah, Barcelona and Madrid they are not on the same level. Madrid is way higher than them. That's just it. It's just Barcelona trying to see how they can catch up. Yeah, they are trying to see how they can catch up. Tyler says 11 years without UCL. Falal, I already answered you, bro. You are definitely in top 5. So you don't need to worry yourself. Subraf says, Tyler, and guess who buys referees in every game? What's up with this whole buying stuff, referee stuff? Like I said, Barcelona will say, okay, they had 1 or 2 decisions that wasn't in their favor. Personally, I will say it's just 1 decision in the second leg, right? The first leg, that was definitely a red card on Pau Kubasi. Then the last game, the Eric Garcia one, I think it was a bit too harsh because the contact was very minimal. So it wasn't something that was really strong. So I think, yeah, that decision alone, did it impact the game? Somehow it did. Yeah, it also impacted the Barcelona game. And same happened to Madrid as well. Last night, the game was heavily impacted. So at times, you just have to go with it, right? You just have to go with it, honestly. Subraf says, Tyler, by the way, there was a time where you guys did not win UCL for like 32 years. Anesla says, okay, Bilal, and I agree. Messi says, Tyler, I think debate ended. Visa, Barca better. Tyler says, Hala Madrid. Now, Barcelona, I think the only trophy that Barcelona has more than Madrid is, I think, the Copa del Rey, right? Barcelona has won it a lot of times. I think they are the team that has the highest Copa del Rey. Yeah, that's one. Either is it the Copa del Rey or the Super Cup? Yeah, I don't. Either the Super Copa or the Copa del Rey. That's one trophy that Barcelona has more than Madrid, and it's the trophy that made them come very close to make it look like they are the same level with Madrid. But they are way below Madrid. That's just the honest truth. They are way below. Messi says, please, someone do debate with me. I'm bored. Tyler says, Sobra, because it's your City fan, but Real Madrid far better than City. Yeah, for sure. Tyler says, Sobra, no Real Madrid, it's better. Let's see. I think we have a couple of more news to go through. Eder Militao, Adagula not happy. Yeah, Adagula said, this isn't how it should have been. We are sorry. We will be back. Hala Madrid. I love the performance from this kid. Yeah. If Madrid had won that game, I reckon he would have been the man of the match. Yeah, because Adagula yesterday was fantastic. He scored 2 beautiful goals. That free kick was phenomenal. And I really like what I saw in the game, honestly. He did very well. He did very well. Messi says, who is cooking Man City every year? Visa Barca. Subraf says, Messi, by the way, it's because La Liga is basically a league reserved for Real Madrid or Barca. Neymar says, long live, is it Barca or both you wrote there. I can't think the translation is not doing justice. Bilal says Ada did his best. Yeah, Ada Gula was fantastic. Like I said, if Madrid had gotten through to the semi-finals, he would have won the man of the match. Yeah, Hala Madrid, but don't spam the chat, bro. Yeah, don't spam the chat. Straight Path says Ronaldo going to win World Cup, my boy. Yeah, definitely. Ronaldo is very much likely to win the World Cup. Is very much likely to win the World Cup, and I think Portugal has a very, very strong chance. Their team is very solid. Yeah, their team is very, very solid. Sylvester Chaponda says hi. Sylvester, nice to have you on the channel. Where are you connecting from? Sylvester Chaponda. Are you Kenyan or South African? Bilal says he deserved to be the man of the match and led Madrid to do a remontada, but the red card was the downfall. Yeah, that red card was really bad, honestly. But it is what it is. We just have to move on. Nothing can be changed. The referee has already made his decision and it stands. So let's see. Let's see what the semi-finals is going to be. But I think it's going to be a very interesting semi-final, honestly. Neymar says Real Madrid is good because the club has so much money. Yeah, but I think at this point, Madrid needs a very, very quality manager. Abelwa was decent in the Champions League, right? But in La Liga, nah, he's very shocking in La Liga. The kind of fight the team puts up in Champions League is totally different from what we see in the league. Yeah, it's totally different from what we see in the league. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if they can actually do something in La Liga. But I don't see Madrid doing anything in La Liga because it's all over for them. Barcelona are 9 points top of the league, so there's nothing they can do at the moment. There's nothing they can do. Yeah, Madrid can't do anything because the points difference is actually big, so they can't do anything. So it's all over for Madrid. Madrid is going trophyless this season. Maybe Abelua might be sacked today or tomorrow, I don't know, but I think he will finish the season. Yeah, at this point it's just remaining a couple of games for the league to finish, so he's very much likely to finish the season as the manager of Real Madrid. So let's see what happens if Florentino Perez is going to press the switch or is going to allow him to end the season. Let's see what happens. Michael Olise, when asked about the game, he says on how he feels about the Champions League Kings. He was like, Kings of the Champions League? I watched that video on Instagram. This guy has got a very, very funny personality. Michael Olise. Something random says Fernando Torres or Aguero. I definitely will go with Kun Aguero. Yeah, I love Torres, right? Torres at Liverpool was top, but when he went to Chelsea, yeah, he didn't really do much at Chelsea. Aguero was at top level for a very long time. Princess Davis says, Tyler, I'm supporting Bayern in semi. Okay. Straight Path says, what's your name, brother? My name is David and Noble at the same time, so you can call me anyone you choose to. C1 Mick says, do you speak German? I want to give you a bad scolding. Nah, I don't understand one German word. I don't even know any word in German. Yeah, I don't know any word in German. And a slot badhead says his name is Noble and he's Nigerian but lives in China. Straight Path. Yeah, thank you very much, Mariam, for that answer. Messi says, Subrab, you're not speaking no fact. Princess David says, we're going to see two haram ball merchants. Yeah, that semi-final. Honestly, I know I'm definitely going to watch the game, right? But it's not a game I would say I'm really looking forward to because I know how Arsenal football is and Atletico as well. And Arsenal's game recently have been very, very, very shocking. Very shocking. So, let's see what happens, by the way. Let's see. Mikel Arteta on Arsenal making the semi-final back-to-back. He said, it's a massive moment. It's the first time in our history, 140 years, that we are back-to-back UCL semi-finalists. To be part of those teams is something very special. Yeah, it's the first time in Arsenal's history they are doing a back-to-back semi-final in the Champions League. So, the boring football aside, I know the most important thing in football is to win games. Yeah, you should just do everything possible for you to win games. But Arsenal's game recently have been very poor and their confidence have dropped. So Arteta needs to address that. Something random says he was a beast at Liverpool. I wish he never left. Yeah, he was fantastic at Liverpool, and his performance when he left Liverpool was not the same. Yeah, it wasn't the same. Honestly, it wasn't the same. At Chelsea, he struggled. I think the only important goal I would say he scored for Chelsea was the 2000 and I don't know if it was the 2012 or 2000. Okay, I think it was the 2012 goal he scored for Chelsea. I think it was the semi-final against Barcelona, right? Yeah, I think it was the semi-final or quarter-final against Barcelona. That goal, late goal he scored. Yeah, during extra time. Towards the end of the game. Yeah, he didn't have a good career at Chelsea, but he was superb at Liverpool. Honestly. Hunter, is he Hunter Boy or Huntry Boy? Huntary Boy says, you look like Osimen. Brawl C Pro says, hi. Brawl C Pro, welcome. Yeah, different people with who they think I look like. Some say Lookman, some say Rudiger, Pogba, Mbumo. He got Thiago recently as well. Princess Davis says, we gonna see peak Harambo. Yeah, I think that game between Arsenal and Atletico just has to be who wants the final more. Who wants it more? That's what we are going to see. Messi says, whoever wants debate with me, BDM loves debate very, very much in the chat. He loves debate in the chat. Oh boy. Majid, welcome back. Majid says, yo Noble, what's up? Yesterday's defeat hurts, brother. The referee did us dirty. Yeah, the referee did Madrid dirty last night, and I was really upset. Zelat IBA says the referee was wild. Do you think Kamavinga deserved a red card? Nah, Kamavinga didn't deserve a red card. That was very terrible. And I said it yesterday after the game. I did a match reaction, and I said that was a very, very wrong decision from the referee to give Kamavinga a red card. Yeah, you should read the game. It's not like he kicked the ball away. He held on to the ball, yes. But come on, it was a very, very wrong decision, and I still stand by it, honestly. But yeah, we really can't do anything about it. The referee was bad in that decision, and I think that was the only decision that just turned the game upside down. If not for that decision, Madrid would have won that game, or at least, even if Madrid loses the game, they will lose the game with their heads held high, not losing the game in that manner. Honestly, they are not losing the game in that manner. It was really, really bad. Jurevan Schindel says Ibro Ir Ubi. What language is that, bro? What language is that? Messi says I need to go. Bye. Have a good day. Alright, BGM, you do have a great day. Guys, for those who are just joining, if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and subscribe to Noble's View, guys. Let's get the likes up. Let's get it up. South Edit says you need better refs. Madrid and Barca got robbed. Yeah, the referees recently now have been very, very, very terrible. Yeah, very terrible. Majid says, Messi, when are you going? You want to debate? Where are you going? You want to debate? Hamza. Okay, Hamza Ahmad says hi. Hamza, I think you've been on the channel before, or you're a different Hamza. Welcome to the channel. Messi says, good job, body referee. I know BGM is happy with the referee's decision last night against Madrid. Yeah, he's happy that Mbappe has been knocked out of the Champions League. Let's see. Okay, I think there's a news I'm yet to read out. Yeah, I already read out the Mikel Arteta one. Arsenal, in 140 years of their history, the first time they are going to the semi-finals back to back. Yeah, it's a good record for Arteta, by the way, but he needs to do better. Absolutely, he needs to do better. Tago says W stream. Tago, nice to have you on the channel. Where are you connecting from? I love Death Bike says, please to what exactly? Okay, I can leave a shout out. All right, shout out to I love Death Bike. Hamza says stop bullying. Who is bullying you, Hamza? And a slot bad hair says Hamza, finally someone have a long name. Yeah, I think Hamza's name is the longest here. Hamza Ahmad Hassan Mohammed. Oh, that's like 4 names. Yeah, it's 4 names. Hamza, Ahmad, Hassan, and Mohammed. Yeah, that's 4 names. Mariam, that's like your name in one. And a slot says, I'm not bullying Hamza because I have a long name too in real. Majid, bro, I know 11 of my ancestors by heart, and Noble has heard about it before. Yeah, Mariam's name is very, very long. Very, very long. And I don't know why lots of people bear the, like, okay, I've asked this question. What's the difference between the Mohammed and Muhammad? Because I know a lot of people answer that name. And I'm like, I thought they are the same thing. Matthew Sport says, what team you support? I support Man United and Real Madrid. How about you, Matthew Sports? Which team do you support? Ian Khan says just the spelling. Okay, the difference is just the spelling. They are the same thing. Okay, yeah, because, yeah, I'm not a Muslim, right? And sometimes it's confusing when I see the name Muhammad. Or I think Ahmad. There is one Ahmad and Ahmed. So sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's very difficult to understand. But I know it's just a letter difference. Both the Ahmed and Ahmad one. And a slot says there is no difference between the two names, but Mohammed is the pronunciation used by foreigners and non-Arabs, while Muhammad is the correct Arabic pronunciation. It is simply a difference in pronunciation between Arabs and foreigners, nothing more. Alright, Muhammad Salah. Okay, so once a person pronounces it as Mohammed, then you know he's a foreigner. Okay, I get the gist. Matthew says the best but poor 2 days ago. How do you mean? Lil Brad Pitt says, so sad Barca and Madrid both eliminated. Yeah, it is what it is. And Spain just has one team. England has one. Germany and France one each as well. So it's going to be a very, very interesting semi-final, but I'm really looking forward to the PSG Bayern game. The Arsenal one, not much, but let's see. Mikel Arteta, during the interview with TT yesterday, Thierry Henry, he said there's a reason why we are the only English team in this competition. This schedule takes the hell out of you. We are not perfect. We need to improve things, that's for sure. But let's value what these players have done. Well, Arsenal is the main reason that England is going to have 5 teams in the Champions League next season, right? And peradventure they go on to win it, then it's going to be 6. Yeah, but I don't think they can. But it's football. Nothing is impossible. Yeah. Memphis says, hello, how are you? Yeah, Memphis, I'm good, brother. It's been a very long time. Nice to have you back, Memphis. And a slot badhead says, yes, exactly. As soon as you say Mohammed, we know for sure you are a foreigner. Okay. It says, when you say Muhammad, we will also know that you are a foreigner because we pronounce the letter H more deeply than that. Muhammad. Oh, Muhammad. Okay. Okay, you are giving me Arabic classes. Yeah, I think I know how to pronounce a few Arabic names, right? Yeah, like the Ahmad. Yeah, that's how Arabians pronounce it. Muhammad and okay, yeah, it's Muhammad, not Muhammad. Yeah. Max says, Paras, please shout out my love. What's the name of your love? What's the name of your love? Max. Okay, guys, I want us to get the likes up. I'll be ending the stream shortly in about, let's say, 10-15 minutes. So I need us to get the likes up to 20. Let's get the likes up to 20, guys. Cholo Simeone. I think that's AM Edit, right? You've joined BG Army in changing names. Because BG Army is the master of name changing. Mariam is the empress of profile picture changing. Yeah, BG Army is the king of, or would I say the emperor of name change. And a slot badhead says, haha, you pronounce the letter H as K. Noble, say my name. Noble, Larry, show me how much you've improved. I know you pronounce it better. You mean is it Mariam you are saying I should pronounce? Which one exactly? Cholo Simeone says, I'm following in BG Army steps. BG Army, he's changed his name the most on the channel. Yeah. Liverpool just confirmed that Ekitike has ruptured his Achilles tendon and he will be out for 9 months and therefore will miss the World Cup. Yeah, this is really terrible and I'm not happy about this news. Yeah, because it's really, really sad seeing football players have this type of terrible injury. Yeah, it's not looking good. And this is the dream of every football player to play in the World Cup. And Hugo Ekitike, he's had a fantastic season. Yeah. He's had a fantastic season and this would have been his first World Cup. Yeah, but sadly for him, he's not going to make it to the World Cup in the United States and Canada this year. In 2 months' time, actually. Yeah, so it's really, really sad and I do feel for him. Yeah, I really do feel for Hugo Ekitike because Achilles injury, ACL and knee injuries. These are very, very terrible injuries that football players, when they have it, it takes months for them to actually recover. And sometimes most of these players don't even get back to their form when they get this type of serious injuries. And a slot badhead says, yes, she's now pronouncing my name correctly 92% of the time. Great job. Cholo Simeone says Atletico will harambo vs Arsenal. Do you think Atletico will beat Arsenal next 2 weeks? AM Edit. And a slot says, yes, Cholo Simeone, and he is my English teacher. Okay, you mean BGM? BGM is your English teacher. Acha Holland says hi. Acha, welcome back. Acha, how was your night? Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, Acha. Majid says we have Mohammed, Hamad, Mahmoud, and Ahmed. All names come from the root word hamd, which means thanks. That's why you hear Muslims say Alhamdulillah, which means thanks to God. Okay. I'm getting some Arabic lessons in the chat. That's one beautiful thing about the internet. Relating with people from different backgrounds and culture. You learn new things from different people, their religion, their culture. That's why personally, I'm a very open-minded person. I'm very flexible when it comes to learning. Yeah, it's one thing that fascinates me about different countries is the culture. Yeah, I'm not really a foodie kind of person, right? But when it comes to culture, I love to know things about different countries, different tribes, different people. Yeah, it's really, really fascinating. Titman TV says, how are you feeling today? Yeah, I'm feeling good, brother. I'm feeling very good. Yeah, I'm feeling very good. And a slot says, Noble bro, you must learn Arabic. No, not BGM. I mean, Noble is my English teacher. Honestly, Arabic language, when I was much younger, I one funny thing about the Arabic language, I'm not making fun of it, right? Then as a young boy, as a teenager, right, I have that keen interest in just learning things. I'm just very much open to learning new things. So the Arabic language, looking at it, I know if I'm writing, right, I'll start from this part to this part. But in Arabic, I'm going to start from here to this place, and that's like the opposite of what I've always been used to for years. So that put me off entirely from trying to even see if I can understand the language. And I know, yeah, even though I've not learned it proper, but I would say that Arabic very much likely has to be one of the most difficult languages in the world, honestly. Chinese, I know I understand Chinese, right? But the Chinese language is not as difficult as Arabic. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's for the Chinese one. I've learned it for a couple of years and I know it now. But man, the Arabic, I think it's going to be very difficult learning Arabic. Honestly, Majid says yes. Mariam, Noble is our English teacher. Cholo Simeoni says, and Mariam, you are Arabic teacher to Noble. Yeah, they are giving me some Arabic 101 lessons. And a slot badhead says, yes, me and Majid and Bilal are Arabic teachers to Noble. Yeah, that's true. Majid says, yeah, Arabic is read and written from right to left. Yeah, that was one thing that put me off in even trying to see if I can understand it when I was much younger. Yeah, but right now, honestly, Arabic is not even part of the languages I have interest in learning, right? I understand Chinese now and I can speak it. Japanese and Korea, yeah, I love Japanese and Korea as well. I understand just a few words in Korea and a few words in Japanese. Portuguese and Spanish, yeah, French as well. Yeah, I understand a couple of words in French, but Spanish is just hola. That's the only thing I know in Spanish. In Portuguese, it's just obrigado. That's the only thing I know in Portuguese. So I would really love to learn Spanish, Portuguese, and let's say French. Yeah, for the Korean and Japanese one, maybe if I watch their movies often, I tend to understand more when I watch movies. And a slot says, Noble said that Arabic is indeed the most difficult language in the world, whether it's pronunciation, spelling, grammar, morphology, literature, or rhetoric. All its aspects. I feel sorry for anyone who has to learn it. Yeah, it's really a difficult language. It's not an easy one to learn, honestly. It's not an easy one to learn. Romeo Watson says hi. Romeo, welcome to the channel. Where are you connecting from? Messi says Bayern Munich fucked Madrid. Come on, bro. You guys, if you're a Bayern fan, the referee actually helped you guys towards the end of the game. But it's all good. Congratulations to you. You guys have qualified to the semi-finals and you're facing PSG, which I think is going to be another fascinating game. So let's see how that goes. Romeo Watson, have you subscribed to the channel already? Romeo Watson. Ole cool. Tell me something where I know fit do. Mo malo too. Guys, like I said, I'll be doing a live watch along for the Europa League games. It's gonna be the first watch along I'll be doing for Europa League. Yeah, I said I was going to do the watch along for the second leg. So I'm doing the Aston Villa game against Bologna. We have Fiorentina against Crystal. Is it Palace? No, Fiorentina against. Yeah, the Fiorentina game against Palace is the Conference League. While Nottingham Forest against Porto is Europa League. So these are the 3 games I'll be doing live watch along for. Majid says, I would take 100 in math, but almost failed Arabic classes in school. Really? Slow Tie says, is Real Madrid ready to give guard of honor to in Camp Nou? For the league title, I already said it a couple of weeks ago. It's over for Madrid when it comes to La Liga. I'm not sure if Madrid is going to give the guard of honor, but let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens. Cholo Simeone says, Noble, you know Hindi? No, I don't know Hindi. Hindi language, I don't know how difficult it's going to be. Yeah, but I don't understand Hindi. Slow Tie says, ref helped that other free kick wasn't even a foul. Come on, Slow Tie. Why will you say that wasn't a foul? It was a very, very clear foul. And that free kick from Adagule was fantastic. Cholo Simeone says, I take full marks in English, but in Urdu, I barely pass it. Oh, that means Urdu is also another difficult language. Alright? Urdu and Hindi. Yeah, there are lots of difficult languages in the world, honestly. I think one of the easiest languages to learn is English, French as well. But I think English is the easiest language to learn. It's not difficult. And a slot badhead says, Majid, by the way, Arabic was my favorite subject and I always got top marks in it. I used to memorize so many poems. Okay. Everywhere the papers, do you see what they say? Rising unemployment, cost of living every day is getting high. Chelom, okay. And a slot badhead says, I'm someone who loves all subjects, but honestly, history is difficult, especially the names of the pharaohs and the historical periods is a disaster. Yeah, I also love history. Sometimes I'll just, begin to surf the internet for historical stuff, just check things about different countries. Yeah, that's why I love to relate with people, get to know their languages, their cities, a few stuff about some countries. Yeah, I prefer to know a little bit about many countries. Yeah, it's really interesting. Slow Tie says, French is easy, but pronunciation is tough. Yeah, I think the pronunciations in French are more difficult than the English pronunciations. Yeah, I think, you're very correct. The pronunciations in French are really difficult. There are some, I love when French people speak, right? Like the way they speak the French is, it's really fascinating. Yeah, I would say English is the simplest language you will learn if you want to learn any language. Honestly, it's the simplest. Yeah, and Majid says, "Wow, Mariam, God bless her." Yeah, Mariam is very good with academics. She's a smart kid. Mariam looks like those kids in school that will be bookworms. Yeah, that's the kind of kid I think Mariam was in school and definitely is in her university time. I know she says she's not a kid. Mariam says she's no longer a kid, but I know she's still a kid. She will tell me, no, Noble, I'm old now. I'm 19 years. All right. Declan Rice had a couple of things to say about their game yesterday. Dec says, bring on the last few weeks. Let's go for it. It's a roller coaster. Declan Rice says, at any top club, there is noise with everything. This is Arsenal. There is noise. Scrutiny if you don't play well. Take it with a pinch of salt and keep it moving. Yeah, that's elite mentality, but they need to improve. Yeah, they need to improve. 100%. They do need to improve, but Declan Rice is very good. Yeah, he's very very good. But this season, these last few weeks, Arsenal need to improve. Their last 5 games have been very very shocking. And a slot says the historical period I enjoyed studying the most was the Mamluks, Saif al-Din Qutuz and al-Zahir. Let's see. I think I skipped a couple of comments. Cholo Simeone says, when the teacher asks me who ate a burger in 1956 and I say I don't know, then she gets angry at me. Like, bro, I was still in mother's stomach. How am I supposed to know that? Majid says, Arabic is very enjoyable, but it's never easy to learn. I used to memorize poems in school, but I've forgotten most of them now. Yeah, it's been a very long time you did, so definitely you should forget those poems. Slot says, Noble, I'm not a kid. Have mercy on me. I'm 19 years old. It's the only thing I can control. Even my dad doesn't want to buy me a car, claiming I'm still too young. But Mariam, personally, as far as I'm concerned, you are still a kid, right? Yeah, I know. You are going to say, Noble, I'm already an adult. I'm 19 years old, but I still do see you as my kid sister. Yeah, you're my kid sister, right? But it's really good. It feels good to be young, right? Personally, I do feel like I'm too old now. Yeah, I feel like I'm too old. Majid says, okay, I already read that out. And talking about your dad refusing to buy you a car because he says you're still young. Maybe when you get to 20 or 21, he might have a change of heart and get you a car. Majid says, what do I have to do with Al Mutanabi? Okay. Cholo Simeone says, Anthony the GOAT made an edit on you and he said you look like Igor Thiago. Yeah, I watched that short video on his channel. I think it was it 2 or 3 days ago. I watched it and yeah, it was funny. And yeah, he told me that day that I was going to make a video and asked me to check out the video, and I did watch the short edit he posted on his channel. And a slot says, Anta Ibn Shaddad, may God burn him. Who is that person? Who is he? Okay, guys. I'll have to end the stream here, and I'll see you guys later tonight for the watch along for the Europa League games and the Conference League. Yeah, it's the first time I'm going to be doing watch along for those games this season. So let's see if all English teams are going to qualify to the semi-finals. Yeah, I think for the Europa League, I think Aston Villa with Simeone can get that trophy, honestly. Funky Sam says, I'm 14, Noble. What about you? Majid, you said it's muted. Really? Yeah, Funky Sam, you're 14. Alright, you're still a kid, you're still very young. I'm almost 35, yeah. How old? When was that? I was born in 91, right? So that's yeah, it's 35. Yeah, I'm 35 now. So it's yeah, I think okay by September. Yeah, I'll be 35 by September. So it's sometimes a couple of people say I look younger. I look 28, and I'm like, come on, guys. I'm older than that. I'm older than that age you guys are giving me. Some are saying you look 25, 24. And I'm like, that was like 10, 11 years ago. Cholo Simeone says, okay, bye, Nobu, and remember me, bro. Yeah, thank you very much. AM Edit. Thank you very much. Majid says you are a kiddo, Mariam. Yeah, Mariam is still a baby. Mariam is my baby sister. She's still very small. And a slot says Anta ibn Shaddad was a poet. Says was a poet from the pre-Islamic era. Okay. Cholo Simeone says, Mariam, you are too much kid. And a slot says, no, I'm not a kid. Ahule says, damn, 35, bro, you married yet? Yeah, of course I'm married. Definitely, I'm a married man. I don't know why people are saying they think I'm in my 20s. I don't know if I give up that young boy vibe of 20s. Funky Sam says, yeah, I thought you were 25. Really? You thought I was 25? Nah. 25 was like, yeah, that was 10 years ago for me. Yeah, that was like 10 years ago. Now, I'm way older than that. I know, yeah, a lot of people find it very difficult to agree to the fact that I'm over 30, right? But yeah, I'm no longer a kid. Yeah, I'm no longer a kid. Guys, for those who are just joining, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I said I'm going to go live later for the Europa League games and the Conference League. This is the first time I'm doing a live watch along for those games, and I waited for the competition to get very serious when we have the quarterfinals or the semi-finals to do the games, because there are no big teams in the competition right now. So it's really a very tough one now to see the teams that are currently in the competition. And a slot says, please no one say kid again. Alo says 20 shit. You list 30. Funky Sam says I thought you were 25. Cholo Simeone says, okay, it's okay, Mariam, your noble baby sister. Yeah, Mariam is my baby sister. Yeah, Mariam is my kid sister, definitely. And a slot badhead says, Noble, you look about 26 years old. Oh man, I'm way older than that. Sometimes a lot of people do tell me that they think I'm still single, that I'm not married, and I'm like, why do you guys think I'm single? I'm actually married, so why do you have that opinion about me? Is it that I look too young or what? They'll be like, you don't look like someone who is married. I don't know if they expect someone who is married to have maybe bald hair with... Yeah, I know I have some gray hair, right? But it's crazy, honestly. And I laugh it when lots of people see me as someone who is in his 20s. Honestly, I do laugh. Ahule says, you speak Arabic, bro. Where are you from, Mandem? I don't speak Arabic. The translation I'm using is a YouTube translation. So when you write in a different language, YouTube automatically translates it to English for me, because I'm using the English YouTube. So it's helping me to translate in English language. So I don't speak Arabic. It's only Chinese, English, my native dialect, and 2 other dialects in my country that I speak. So I speak 5 languages in total. Ahule, have you subscribed to the channel already? Ahule, and which country are you connecting from? Funky Sam says, which match watch along? The Aston Villa game against Bologna, then Nottingham Forest against Porto, and for the Conference League we have Fiorentina against Crystal Palace. So these are the games we have today, guys. Ahole, which country are you connecting from, bro? Cholo Simeone says, show your wife on stream. I think it was only BG Ami that saw my wife when she came on the stream. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, my wife just showed up in the stream and she left immediately. I think it was only BG Ami that was on the stream that day. I think the next time I will have my wife join the stream will be if Arsenal make it to the final of the Champions League, then I will have her to join me on the stream. Or if Arsenal wins the Premier League, which I think is very much unlikely for Arsenal to win it. So those are the two possible occasions she will have to join me on the stream. Yeah, we are definitely going to do the watch along together that day. So let's see if it happens or not. Majid says, means the era of ignorance. It was named that because Arabs were worshipping idols, pagans before Islam. That's why it's called, your translation says pre-Islamic era. Okay. And a slot badhead says, yes, Majid, you're a good dragon. You are amazing at Arabic, man. Ahule says, no, I haven't, and I am from Gaza. All right, brother, nice to have you on the channel. Which football team do you support? And a slot says, no, Majid, you've become even more of a dragon. Who was spamming the chat, man? Who is this guy spamming the chat? Okay, Christy. Who is this Christy guy that was spamming? Mason Football says Everton. Okay, Evertonian. Do you think you guys can beat your city rivals, Liverpool, this weekend? Mason, do you think you guys can actually do Liverpool dirty this weekend? Because I would really, really love you guys to do Liverpool dirty this weekend, honestly. Aholi says, I support Real Madrid and they just lost, bro. Yeah, that game was... I wouldn't say I was angry with the result of the game, right? I love the performance from the team. They showed that fight and the hunger was there. So I'm very, very much happy with the team. Yeah, but the referee's decision was just terrible, man. It was terrible, honestly. But I'm really happy with the guys. They played really well. 115 Abhinav says, Declan Rice, we got him half price. What are you saying? You guys got Declan Rice for over £100 million, and you're saying you guys got him for half price. Yeah, I would say for what he's done for you guys so far, he actually worth that amount. Yeah, but for you saying you guys got him for half price, that means you're saying Declan Rice is worth £200 million. Hell no. No way is Dec worth £200 million. Yeah, for the £100 million Arsenal paid for him, fair enough. He's done well so far for you guys, but saying you lot paid half the price, nah, I don't think so. That's not correct. Mason says, I think so. We're chasing Europe. We need the win. Liverpool are falling apart. Now is the best chance we've got. Yeah, I think Everton against big teams this season have been phenomenal. You check their game against Arsenal a couple of weeks before the international break. It was a very good performance from Everton. Arsenal won that game just mainly because of that kid, Max Doman. It was when he came on that the game changed entirely for them. So Everton has been playing well. Everton won 3-0 against Chelsea. So I think you're very correct. This is the best time for Everton to play Liverpool because Liverpool are terrible this season. They are terrible. Ekitike is injured. He's gotten an Achilles tendon injury. Yeah, he's going to be out for 9 months. 9 months, yeah. The club just confirmed that today. The French national team did that yesterday. So he's going to be out for the World Cup. And Ekitike has been the best attacking player for Liverpool this season. So Liverpool not having him in the team in the last 6 games of the season is going to be a big blow for them. Ahuli says, bro was hungry for KFC. Who is that? And a slot says, Ahule, are you from Gaza that's in Palestine? Mason Football says, okay, I already read that out. 1-1 Abinav says, where are you from, Nigeria? Yes, I am from Nigeria, brother. Jonathan Quinn says, Arsenal will win Champions League. Nah. I don't think Arsenal will win the Champions League, honestly. And the way it's going for Arsenal, with their performances recently, they are very much likely not to even go with any trophy. Because I don't see Arsenal beating Manchester City at the Etihad. I really do not see that happening. But let's see if they can actually do the opposite. And a slot says, Ahole, I was just making sure to tell you welcome to Palestine and its people, and you're most welcome, my brother. Ayan Khan says he's not better than Pedri. Okay, you mean Declan Rice? Declan Rice and Pedri. Man, I like Pedri, but I don't know if Pedri is going to cope in the Premier League. The way the Premier League is, you will not get lots of space to do stuff with the ball. So it's really a difficult one, but I really like Pedri's style of play, right? But Declan Rice, Pedri, it depends on the team. It depends on what you have. If it's impacting games, yeah, I would say Declan Rice can impact games more than Pedri. But if it's about controlling the game, if your team is fully more on the ball possession type of game, then you have to go for Pedri. But if your team is just a team that always grinds it, just tenacious and all that, then Declan Rice is your man. So it depends on the type of play your team does. 115 says, Rice free kicks alone are 100 million, bro, against your team. You're still talking about last season. Now, the free kicks, I think it was 2 free kicks, right? Was it 2 goals? Okay, Rice scored 2 goals against Madrid. The free kick he scored against Madrid last season was fantastic, yeah. But I think that was a one-off, because it's not like that is one of the main strengths of Declan Rice. That's not the case. So he had a very good game in those 2 matches against Madrid last season. Mason says, totally agree. Nice to hear a humble Arsenal fan for a change. Haha. I'm not an Arsenal fan, bro. Never. I cannot be an Arsenal fan. And a slot says, no, but why do you say I'm like an academic child? What I meant by that is, like, when it comes to academics, you are really, really a bright student. Yeah, because you hit A's in all your subjects. So that definitely makes you an academic guru. Seb Does VR says, Noble, I'm back. Yeah, welcome back, Seb Does. Seb Does VR, sorry, because you always say Seb Does without the VR is not complete. What's the weather like in Middlesbrough now, Seb? And a slot says, welcome back, Seb Does VR. Onana says, what country is that? Now, that's not Dubai. Is that Dubai? That's not UAE. But I know that's an Arab flag. Which country flag is that, Onana? Mariam, which country flag is that Onana sent? Chris says, Arsenal won't beat Atletico. Yeah, I think Arsenal will be knocked out by Atletico. Yeah, both teams play very terrible football, right? But I think Atletico has that fire more, and they really want that trophy more than Arsenal. Easy Sichel says, my brother, Zlatan best striker ever. Easy Sichel, nice to have you on the channel. Where are you connecting from? Ibnaf says, sending love to my Niger brother from India. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, the love and the support from my Indian people is massive. India is number 2 on the list of countries that watch my content and follow me on YouTube. India is number 2. The UK is number 1. Yeah, massive love and respect to my Indian people. Sebdol says, I think Ahule was being racist when he was talking about KFC. Okay. Majid says, Arsenal will not win anything, period. Arteta out. Arsenal. It's just one more step. Just get over the line. That is the problem for the Arsenal team. Just one problem. Sebdos VR says, Majid, why are you talking about periods? He means full stop. Verify wicked person says, are you doing giveaway? Am I doing giveaway? No, I'm not doing giveaway. Funky Sam says, I'm from Bangalore, China. It's 6:40 p.m. Yeah, it's 6:59 currently in China. 6:59. Zain Alabidin says, Phil Foden or busy thing? How do you mean busy thing? In my Vine says Cristiano Ronaldo is GOAT. Yeah, Ronaldo is the GOAT of the game. Majid says Sebdos VR is sounds stronger than. Okay, says it sounds stronger when period is written than just a dot. And I see what you did there. And a slot says it's the flag of Iran. Onana, oh noble. Okay, the Iranian flag. All right. Yeah, because I knew definitely that looked like a flag from the Middle East. And a slot says, Noble, you are surrounded by a large group of Arabs and Muslims. Haha. Yeah, there are lots of Arabs on my channel. And yeah, that's why I said it's really nice to get to relate with people from different parts of the world. You get to see different things about how a lot of people think, their cultures and different things, and cities as well. Venkatesh says Real Madrid vs Bayern Munich with a laughing emoji. Yeah, it was a very, very interesting game, and and I enjoyed every bit of that game. Just the ending part from that referee. Yeah, that ending part of the referee was really, really terrible, but it was a beautiful game. So, and yeah, it's over. We can't do anything about it other than to look forward to the next season. Yeah, that's it. I am in my Vine says give away Madrid jersey. In my Vines, are you Nigerian? Where are you connecting from? Mr. Skeleton says hi. What a name that was. Bro, why are you answering Mr. Skeleton? What's the reason behind the name? Who is this Solimuntari guy? Mahir. Why are you spamming the chat, brother? Come on. Why are you spamming the chat? Yeah. User says, what's up? Yeah, I'm doing amazing, user. AB Field OK says hi. AB Field, welcome to the channel. Guys, we have lots of new people joining now. And let's get the likes up. I want to end the stream now. So let's get the likes up to 20, guys. And if you're just joining, don't forget to subscribe to Noble's View. Like I said earlier on, I'll be going live for the watch along for the Europa League games and the Conference League 1. Aston Villa Bologna game, I'm doing a live watch along for that. The Forest game against Porto and Fiorentina versus Crystal Palace tonight. User says, where are you from? I'm from Nigeria. How about you, user? User, okay, I can't see that face properly. Ruben Pelsa says, can you give me a shout out? Alright, shout out to Ruben Pelsa. Ruben, where are you connecting from? Dennis Kagla says, did you see Ada's free kick? That was insane. Yeah, that free kick from Ada Gule was fantastic. And I said it earlier on when I started the stream. He should have been the man of the match if Madrid had won that game at full time. Honestly, if Madrid had qualified, Ada Gule should have won the man of the match, because those two goals, especially the second goal, that free kick was phenomenal, honestly. Yeah. User says, I'm from Albania. Alright. Ruben says, I'm from South Africa. Okay, which part of SA are you from, Ruben? Are you from Pretoria, Cape Town, or Joburg? User, which city in Albania are you from? I think I've had a couple of Albanians on the channel. I think maybe 5 or 6 Albanians now. Mariam says, Noble, I'll tell you something. It's become commonplace to handle real human bones. Even the lecturer once told us, no, I won't use this scapula because it belongs to a child. Why did he say he doesn't want to use the scapula because it's a child? Ruben says Pretoria. Okay, I have a couple of friends that are in SA. Yeah, and there are so many Nigerians in South Africa. So many of them. Mohammed Jassim Arowai says hi. Alright, Mohammed Jassim, welcome to the channel. User says nice. Yeah, thank you guys. Guys, for those who are yet to subscribe to the channel, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to Noble's View. And a slot Badhead says, and we go to the anatomy lab for a practical explanation of the muscles. Okay, it's really not easy being in the anything that has to do with the human body. The human body, it's really, really complex. Yeah, really, really complex. Ari Aja says, doll. Ariaja says, okay. Bonek. What's the meaning of bonek? It says translates to doll. What's the meaning of bonek? Ruben Pelsa says visa basa. Okay. User says Ruben said visa basa. Yeah, it's translating into as long live the boat. That's why I'm like, yeah, but looking at it again, I know the translation has given me this many times, so I know it's definitely visa basa. And a slot says, because it's small, you won't be able to use it to explain that it's for a child. Okay. Matthew Dawson says, you watched the match today. Real Madrid have been terrible this year. Yeah, Madrid this season have been very terrible. But last night's performance, I was 100% happy with what the team did last night. And also for Abeloa. Yeah, that was the best game this season. Ruben Pausa says, I am just kidding. Hala Madrid. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. I'll be ending the stream now. And I'll see you guys later tonight for the live watch along for the Europa League and Conference League games, guys. Thank you very much for the support. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Noble View, guys. I'll see you guys later on. Do enjoy the rest of your evening, guys, and bye.